Hey, babes. Okay, so I'm a reality TV show junkie, and I, in fact, did waste my time and watch Temptation Island on Netflix, and I have a lot of thoughts. But I specifically want to focus on Brion and Shante. And the reason I want to focus in on them is because obviously he's an absolute menace. But there was one thing in particular that jumped out to me, and that was like the God-fearing woman and like a good woman. And what that really means to men, because let's be honest, when they say that, they really mean a woman who's gonna put up with all my BS. A woman who's going to take it laying down, who is going to just be an absolute floor mat. Like, let you and him walk all over her with little to no pushback, right? So when you think about what happened on that show, that man showed his true, and there are spoilers, so, either watch the show or if you don't care, keep watching. But that first half of the show where he was showing out, that's the true him. And so when he was up there planning 2 separate threesomes, he had already gotten his pairings. When he was in that shower having his threesome, post threesome, when he was talking to other women about how Shante is in the bedroom, that was the true him. And then after the fact, once he did the deeds, all of the dirty deeds, he then entered Act 2, which was presenting as a good boyfriend who is worthy of Shante and apologetic and remorsing and learn to truly value her, when in actuality, that was a part of his plan all along. When he said, all I need to do is apologize and she'll stay, that was a part of his plan. When he got rid of those 2 girls that he had the threesome with, that was a part of his plan. And all of it shows how disposable he thinks women are, how transactional he is with his relationship with women. He deemed the girls he had the threesome with not worthy of a relationship because they had the threesome with him. And he saw them as nothing more than something to conquer. And then he got rid of them once he got his fill, once he got his transactional, relations with them. And he deems the girl that he's in a relationship as worthy because she doesn't do all of those things. Yet he still holds that over her head and says, your sex drive doesn't match mine. But in actuality, if she moved like him, and if she had the same sexual desires that he had, he wouldn't want her, because she would no longer be the God-fearing Christian woman that is deserving of marriage and kids and him. So I just thought it was absolutely insane to, one, not catch it on camera. Like, wow, producers really did they big one. I know they were really happy with this season, but in particular for Shante to see it right there on camera. And I'm assuming she watched the show after it aired, or like before it aired even. Could you not see the Act 1 versus Act 2? And I really am trying not to shame her, because I do think this is how women are socialized. We're socialized to accept men for all of their faults and be people pleasing and all of these things. So I understand how society has played a role, but girl, get up! It was literally so insane to watch. And you can see her dissociate, and you can see her just completely shut off from the emotions she wants to feel, because I think she knows she's gonna stay. Like, the whole time in my head is, she knows she's gonna stay. So she's not even wasting the energy on getting upset, because she knows at the end of the day, he's going to stay, or she's going to stay. And then even so, like, the way she views consequences is insane. She was essentially like, oh, he's gonna have to be honest and own up to it. And that's why he was like, oh, women at the end of the day just want someone who's honest. Loyalty is not a requirement for her. Honesty was. And so he was honest about what he did. And so she accepted it and thought that that was a just consequence. When in actuality, the consequence of him having to say, yeah, I did it, babe, and I'm sorry, was not equal to the crime. Girl, he embarrassed you on national TV. And 2, I forget her name, but the one who got married. Good for her. Good for her. for, I have thoughts on that too. But she even said, if he's willing to do this on national TV when there's cameras, imagine what he's going to do when you're not around or when there's no cameras. Like in real life, when there's no true consequences, how does this man move? You think he hasn't done it in real life, but you would never know, girl, because you're delulu. You're so delusional. And so all in all, that whole situation between those two showed that the good girl trope that they go for, the God-fearing woman thing that they really lean into, is because God-fearing women are supposed to be forgiving, are supposed to show grace, regardless of how devious the crime is. And so women who will not prioritize their man in that way, and who will not accept all of the BS that he is serving up to Shante, are not good women. They're not God-fearing women. They're not good Christian women. And even when he spoke about Amaya at the end, when Shante brought her up and said, you know what, why was she so opposed to going on a date with you? What were you doing that made her so uncomfortable to be around you? And he said, oh, well, at the end of the day, she said that she hopes that you show me grace, and that's a good Christian woman. That man is a master manipulator, and you can't tell me otherwise. Like, not a tear was shed when he was doing his little fake cry, and she ate it right up. And she knows when she had to step away, that was logic kicking in for like 0.2 seconds. And then she went right back to the BS. It's sad, it's scary, but I think it's realistic and it's reality. And even when you look at the other couples, the couple that got engaged, I feel like that's partially because he wasn't getting any play. He wanted so badly to cheat, and he wasn't able to because none of the girls were into him like that, or that's what it seemed. Maybe okay, I take it back. I really do think he loved his girl. I also think he knows that, like, his girl is she's a good catch. She is successful. She's beautiful. She's all of the things. And so I really do think they have the real thing. I'm not even going to go down that couple like that, because I do think the sliver of it was he wasn't getting any play, but that might have been because he was being so loyal in the house in the same way that Shante and his girl were being loyal. So that's a possibility as well. But I really just think everyone should take a look at Brion and Shante. And girls, when that man calls you a good, God-fearing woman, red flag. He thinks he's gonna put up with all the BS, and I'll be damned. I'll be damned! I'd rather be single and happy than with someone like a Brion. Is that how you say his name? I don't know. But the man's crazy, for real. I will be watching another season of Temptation Island because that show is insane and it's great trash TV. But yes, the good Christian woman, the good God-fearing woman is a delusional woman who will put up with males' BS. And I don't think that's all Christian women, but I think that's the way that men tend to use the good God-fearing women, because a part of Christianity is forgiveness and grace and all of those things, and they use that and they weaponize it against women so that they will put up with the BS. So may he see the depths of hell, because honestly, behavior was insane. And I think that even his sob story towards the end, respect it. And like definitely has some childhood trauma he needs to work through. And even when he said he was going to get therapy, I was like, oh, okay, brother. But I have a hard time believing the second act of his play, because I think the first act was truly his authentic self, and the rest was just him cleaning up his mess so that he could still go home with his girl. And he was very intentional throughout the whole thing. And I think that's what gets me, is that you can see him planning his execution, and he executed extremely well. 10 out of 10 on execution. The plan succeeded and worked. And I think that's why so many women are upset, is because Shante, she stayed. And that's a sad, sad, sad thing. I wish them some happiness. And I hope that, things truly did get better. But girl, sleep with one eye open.